Okay, so here's a little bit of the human understanding of ADHD. So spending the 3 hours on homework that really should have taken 30 minutes, then you forget to turn it in. And then when mom asks you, I got a call from the teacher, why didn't you turn your math homework in? It's the argument, I swear I did. And they really believe they did. So they're accused of lying, being lazy, when these are the kids that are working harder than most other kids. ADHD, it's knowing what to do, but not doing what you know. ADHD is a performance disorder. Okay? So I like to call it the disorder of good intentions. So when the kid's leaving home for the morning, and he says, don't forget to bring your math book home. And the child says, I got it, I'll do it, I promise I'll do it. And they walk in the home and they truly intended on bringing that math book home. And mom asked you to bring the math book home. The deer with headlights. No, they didn't. They meant to and they forgot. Okay? Having a great idea, not following through on it. Having an on-off switch that doesn't work right. So it's hard to get started, it's hard to stop. ADHD, and this is something, there's one thing that I want you to take away from understanding the behavior of ADHD, it's consistently inconsistent. Just because they can do it today does not mean they will be able to do it tomorrow. It's a developmental, neurobiological disorder of a part of the brain. It's the area of the brain that develops last, the most evolved prefrontal cortex of the brain. And it deals with issues of time awareness, of motivation, not the motivation you don't care, motivation as in dopamine, okay? Motivation is a neurological process, all right? Memory, both perspective memory and working memory. Perspective memory means, okay, later today I'm gonna go do X, Y, or Z. Working memory is that ability to hold a small amount of information in your mind for a short period of time, okay? It's when someone tells you a phone number, can you remember it back right away to write it down? When someone tells you something, are you able to retain that information in your head? If someone gives you directions to go somewhere, can you remember what that person said? That's working memory, okay? Mental flexibility, being able to do things in a variety of different ways. And inhibitory control, meaning can we not respond to distractions and things in our environment that aren't related to the specific task. Okay? It's not giving me a hard time, they're having a hard time. Okay? It's so easy to take this as personally because we do everything for our kids. You know, it's, well, sometimes parenting can be a thankless job. Okay? Hopefully, we do it right. The rewards come much later. Okay. So there are, in general, 4 functions of behavior. Okay? All behavior is a form of communication. Okay? We have to be detectives to figure out what the function is. So this is called an ABC term. Okay? This is called the 3-term contingency of behaviors. Okay? So we have an antecedent. A child's playing a video game, and you tell your kid to go clean your room, and not that your kids have ever said to you, 5 more minutes, Mom. Okay, so that's the behavior. They respond to 5 more minutes. The consequence. Parents say, all right, 5 more minutes. And the parent forgets to follow up with them for another 30 minutes. Since they're furious at this, they yell at them, they force them to go into the room, and so the parents are with them, and stands there while the child's cleaning the room. Okay? Well, what was the consequence if we break it down by functions of behavior? So, what did the child get out of asking for 5 more minutes?
Attention.
Give attention, okay?
30 minutes.
Okay? Yeah?
See what you want to do.
Exactly. The 30 minutes more video game time, gotta have more attention from parents, avoid anything, I call it a hard stop. Okay? A hard stop, it's 2 meanings to it. So it's an immediate abrupt stop. Like you're slamming on the brakes. And it's also hard to stop. And I think when you use that term, it empathizes with your kids. Say, I know it's hard to make these stops. So we have to make these hard stops. So we're giving them language to describe, yeah, this is hard, but this is what I'm asking you to do. Okay? They have the body double, which is just having someone there with you is actually going to help you complete boring work. Okay? And a kid walks into a messy room, you have no idea where to start. So what's the next time the child, they don't want to stop what they're doing, or they can't stop what they're doing? And yes, there's a difference. If they want time with the parents, or they need to clean their room, what was the behavior? 5 more minutes. Okay, so you have to look at the consequence of what happened, and if they want one of these, they're likely to ask for 5 more minutes.